able and I am strong.
Beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I belong.
All right.
I can discern between right
Thank you, Mikael, for such a beautiful number.
and wrong.
Special hello to all the phenomenal women out there. As I said earlier, an interview with a few phenomenal women as we get set for the Phenomenal Caribbean Women Symposium. In studios, we have with us the acting CEO of VF Inc., Athenia Henry. We also have Mrs. Regina Walsh, and we will be joined via Zoom by Dawn Williams. We'll get to know more about these ladies, about their involvement in the various sectors across the society, how it is they have been empowering women, and what they intend to deliver at the upcoming symposium. Let's go across and say good morning and Happy New Year to our beautiful, phenomenal women in studios. Valda, Athenia rather, and Regina. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
All
And
right.
how have you been?
I am doing fine. Good to see you all. How have you been?
Oh, just great. I just came from Grenada,
Wow.
but was in time for the opening of Carnival.
All right, fantastic. And it was good in Grenada, your
Very
time out
good.
there?
I love it.
Okay, what about you,
It's good to
Athenia?
be here too as well, Miguel, because we've had a phenomenal week of cultural activities,
Yes.
for upcoming carnival season, and so we are still recovering from that dynamic weekend of great activities in Dominica.
Very well. We salute and recognize the Deputy Governor, Ms. Falda Henry, not able to be there with us, but we recognize her efforts and her involvement in this at VF Inc., presenter of this symposium on for the 14th time, Athenia?
Yes, it is. It is that we are in our 14th year
Wow.
of delivering a phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium.
Congratulations on that. Tell us more about VF Inc., your objectives as an organization and what you all have been doing apart from presenting this symposium over the past years.
Well, as you know, Miguel, VF Inc. is a dynamic business process and management consultancy firm, and we are based in Roseau, Dominica. For those in Dominica, we are right here on Independence Street, right opposite Jay's. That's where we are located. And VF Inc. has been in business since 2006, and we offer a wide range of services, locally as well as regionally and internationally. And it's about, the aim is really to empower individuals, entrepreneurs, organizations, and community across Dominica. And over the last number of years, since 2006, that's what we've been delivering. VF Inc. is dedicated to fostering growth, excellence, and transformation by providing innovative solutions in corporate governance, in organizational development, in training, and event management. Our mission actually is to help clients achieve their full potential while being a force for good, contributing to the development of the Caribbean region. And so we offer a number of services, and that includes corporate governance and training, organizational restructuring, training seminars, and we have delivered dozens and dozens of training in various aspects across the region and really in Dominica. We again, VF Inc. specializes in pension, social security reform and training, strategic planning, excellent coaching, and a whole range of other services, including performance management, monitoring, measurement, and appraisals. And so we have a list of clients, a gazillion, persons whose lives we have impacted individually and on the corporate level as well.
And not only women. Athenia, I was asking, it's not only women, right?
No, actually, we also have a Caribbean Men's Symposium. We have a youth series. So we deliver impactful interventions across the spectrum of society. We take, our in-betweens, our youth, business entrepreneurs, and established businesses, delivering excellent quality customer service and other training interventions.
Okay, the Phenomenal Caribbean Women Symposium is on, it's scheduled for the 25th, I believe, at the Intercontinental. Take us through the years, the past 13 years, your guest speakers, and what you've achieved, how you've seen this grow, and the impact this particular symposium of VF Inc. have had on the women and society as a whole.
Well, I believe that not only have the Phenomenal Caribbean Women impacted the lives of women, it has impacted the lives of families. Because when you have a powerful, dynamic woman who goes back energized and who after the symposium, know that they can. And because, again, according to the theme, year after year we reiterate, we strengthen what you believe, you conceive, you can believe, and you can deliver, because God in his goodness will ensure that what he promises, he never lets you upon. Therefore, not only has an impact on the women attending the symposiums, but the men, husbands, they register their women. Brothers register their sisters. Sisters register their sisters. And, it just goes on to show when the participants come back home, there is definitely a sense of optimism, and they look forward to coming next year. And so you have a number of repeat participants who come in year after year after year. And some has been with us from the beginning of the symposium. Not only the women, the men, and the youth series.
Yeah, I'm sure, Mrs. Walsh, you have followed over the years. You care to share your own feedback on what you've been following throughout the years with regards to the symposium and the activities of VF Inc.?
Well, before I start, let me just say to VF Inc. family, thank you for the opportunity to be part and parcel of this Caribbean Women Symposium. I've followed online, but as of Saturday, I will be there in person.
Yes. And for those of us who want to know more about Regina Walsh, a community person, someone involved in sports, sum it up for us. Who is Regina Walsh?
Well, Regina Walsh is a household name. I can just sum it up there. I've been involved in sports, in community, in culture, you just name it. And if you need me to do anything, you just call on me and I'll be there.
Yes. And what have you seen over the years in terms of women taking a stronger position in society and making their contributions throughout various sectors? I'm getting involved in sports, women playing football these days, cricket, other things happening, overall development to community and all that, Mrs. Walsh?
Well, women have taken their rightful places in all the different aspects of our lives. Even in football, we know of Miss Libla, who has a top position with CONCACAF. Of many other women. Right now we have some young Dominican women on the West Indies junior under 19 team. So all in all, women know their worth, and that's why we are there to assist with our men. What has to be done and what has to be done right.
Yes, very well. And as you mentioned, women in sports, two of the guest speakers are, well, if we can say world-renowned athletes, Olympic gold medalists. We'll touch on that in a little bit. But let's take this opportunity to join Dawn, one of our guests, Dawn Williams, one of the guest speakers for the upcoming symposium. Good morning to you, Dawn. Welcome, and how are you doing?
Good. I am on top of the world, doing really well, looking forward to the weekend, being in Dominica and motivating and inspiring all those who will be under the influence of these powerful women that I see that Miss Edmonds has been able to garner from around the region.
All right. In your brief bio, it says you have been a trailblazer in the financial services sector. Tell us a bit more about yourself and about that.
Okay. So, I work in the financial services sector. And as most people know, this sector was predominantly dominated by men. However, I've been breaking that glass ceiling for years. This year will make 48 years since I've been in that field, and I've always been a trailblazer, walking hand in hand with the men who were leading in those days. And so, as CEO of this organization, I've been the first female here. I was the first female at the National Bank when First Caribbean was morphed from Barclays and CIBC. I was the only female on my then leadership team. So those are the trailblazing things to which I refer.
Wow, you said you've been part of this sector for some 48 years. I was about to ask, how is that possible? And you look like 47. How is this possible? Oh.
Well, all I can say is I started before I was born then.
Okay, so you are looking forward, as you rightly said, to be part of this experience this weekend.
Yes, I am.
All right. Let's go back to Athenia Henry. So, two of our guest speakers on for this weekend. If you could run through the other phenomenal guest speakers for the symposium, Athenia.
Okay, I will. But I'll also remind our listeners that the symposium is at our doorsteps. It's this coming Saturday. So for those of you who will be registering after it's all done, if you have not yet done so, the registration is still open, and I'll give you the details later.
Right.
But with respect to the other phenomenal Caribbean women who will be presented this year and who are speakers, will be Mrs. Thea Laffer Gatson. Miss Gatson, as we know, hails from Nature Isle, and she is our premier, our first gold Olympian as well. She is our first gold medalist. And Thea is coming with a wealth of experience. She's going to talk about her triumphs, her trials, her tears, her commitment, her frustrations, and final her triumph. And to inspire participants, both online and in person, of her journey, through, self-sacrifice and family support. And we will be here to support her, to continue to support her. So I encourage all of us locals and in the diaspora to sign in or be in person to support Thea as she, gives us a little insight into her journey and share with us.
Okay.
Along with her will be the Olympian again, Julian Alfred, who hails from St. Lucia. These two phenomenal Caribbean women has made the entire Caribbean proud, and she too will be sharing her story as she breaks history as the first athlete to win both the World Indoor 60 meters title and the Olympic 100 meter gold. We will hear similar strain running through her story and Thea's story, but with their own unique difference in their individual experiences. Again, Regina is here in person. She will give you her story of her commitment to, cultural development, to community development, support of young athletes, and all of this. She's seen a few shed tears and blood, and she will share with us that level and what has continued to spark her to still be so motivated and so inspired by serving community at all levels. Again, Mrs. Ernestine Theophile is one of our other speakers. Ernestine Theophile Lafont is actually the mother of Thea Lafont, and it will be great to hear from a parent in terms of solidifying, in terms of verifying all of the experiences that she, not only as Thea herself, but as a family, how they had to sacrifice, how they had to be committed, how they had to always see the silver lining, and to inspire parents to encourage your children even when everything around them says no. Yeah, and of course, Dawn was just online. She gave you a little snippet about who she is and what she will be sharing with us. And she, again, as we know, she's in the financial and banking services sector. And she's a trailblazer. She's a trailblazer as to be appointed the first chief executive officer of the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank, as well as the first federal cooperative credit union unlimited. So in a tough men-dominated industry, she has been able to break the glass ceiling. She's been able to push forward. I'm sure she will share her story of frustration and of, no, you can't, yes, I can. And so we'll be very excited. We're already excited to just sit, listen, and for those of you who are not there, you can continue your daily chore while you listen online. And through your radio, through your television screen, to be inspired by the many inspirational stories that will be shared
Yes.
with us this coming Saturday.
Is this the first time you're having a mother-daughter duo at the symposium?
This is the first time we're having a mother-daughter duo, and you can imagine the excitement that is building among these two presenters. And they come from Nature Isle, so
Yes.
we are doubly excited about that. Ernestine, as we know, has been a national radio personality, television personality. She has also broken a few barriers and made great waves on a national level. So we just want as well to lift up this phenomenal woman and to give her the real recognition that she too deserves.
Okay, that's awesome. The theme this year, Athenia, the theme this year, what you conceive, you can achieve, because God has the power to deliver what he promises. I want to go across to Dawn. Dawn, how do you identify with this theme, a first on so many levels over the years? Yes,
I
yes,
will
Dawn.
start by saying to you that my steps are guided. Guided because I'm a firm believer and I do not take a first step without seeking guidance. And so when I get there this weekend, I will actually share a journey with you, and it starts with prayer. Because that's how I always start any journey, even my journey on mornings, just to get awake and be able to be there for another day. I start it with prayer. So I hope to see everyone coming out and really going through this journey with us on Saturday morning. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, fantastic. We are speaking live with VF Inc.'s acting CEO, Miss Athenia Henry. We also have Dawn Williams via Zoom, and Regina Walsh, a household name here on the island of Dominica. Athenia, let's get into registration details. I mean, the event is around the corner. It's a few days away. We do not have too much time. Let us know if there is a deadline for registration, the entire process, and all what we need to know.
So the event will
Excuse
commence
me,
at
Athena,
8
before you start,
Yes, go ahead.
is it possible for me to be excused now? I have two persons waiting on a meeting.
Okay. Sure. And thank you for joining us. Thank you, Dawn, and all the best today. And we'll see you on the weekend.
Pleasure, and I'll see you all on Saturday.
All right. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye
All
bye
right.
bye.
Okay.
So as I was saying, the event commences, it will take place this coming Saturday. This coming Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And of course, it will be at the Intercontinental Hotel in Portsmouth. And of course, participants will be bused to the event. That will be included in the registration fee. So transportation is never a problem if you don't want to drive yourself. Yes, so you gather at VF Inc.'s office, and that's where we pick you up along the way. So if you are along the West Coast, as we are driving along the West Coast, you will be picked up.
And your office location, Athenia?
Our office location is on Independence Street. It has a clear VF Inc. Ilman Elkin Henry building, yellow and white building right opposite Jay's, right next to Burton's. So you have a pretty good idea where we are.
Yes.
So for those interested in attending, and there's still some limited spots available, registration is currently open in person as well as for those of you wishing to register online. It is priced at $350. That's approximately $129 US, which includes your meals, as I said, transportation, a commemorative magazine, a gift bag, and the transportation to and from the from Roseau. You know, it's really a high value. It has so much more value for the money that we are paying. But we work with Intercontinental. Those of you who have participated at that hotel before, which was the Kempinski Resort back then, we know what a wonderful time. Good food, good service, excellent location, and we are hoping that you will treat yourself and come experience with so many other women the goodness of God. Now, again, as I said, the virtual attendance is 175 EC or 65 US, and it includes the digital copy of the commemorative magazine, group discussion, and also it's also open to organizations, and we encourage organizations to look among their staff. Take an opportunity to, just register your female participants or your female employees. Give them a boost in just from the mundane everything. I can assure you they will come back to your organization energized and ready to achieve all of what God has ordained for them. So tickets for the Phenomenal Caribbean Women, where are they available? Online at VF Inc.'s official event brink link. You can email us if you wish at info@VF to reserve your spot, or you can call us by phone at 449-9649. That is 767-449-9649, or at 617-4884. So to purchase your tickets or to inquire about our group discounts, the spots open still for some groups and also for employers wishing to register the employees. For 10 and over, there will be greater group discounts.
Okay, fine. Regina, I'm sure you'd want to encourage women out there who are not too certain, just wondering, just saying, hey, should I take that step? Want to make the decision? What do you say to women out there listening as to encouraging them to be part of the experience?
Well, I have shared the particulars to them, and I'm now saying in person that this is the opportunity that women have to listen to each other. We are each other's sister. It's like Afinia and myself. We may not know all the ladies who will be on board, but we are saying we are your sister. And please listen. Please pay up and just listen to what we have to say. All of us do have a story to tell. I know I have a story to tell. I have got a blank page, and it has to be a masterpiece at the end of it.
Wow, I'm sure it will be empowering.
I know that the participants share their stories, but a phenomenal part of this event is that participants are given the opportunity. They are drawn to tell their stories, and they get the opportunity to come on stage and share the stories. And it's from these very stories, these very participants, that we are also able to draw out guest speakers, which we've done year after year, guest speakers who have some great stories to tell. So I'll say mark your calendar for next Saturday, this coming up Saturday, January the 25th, and join us at the Intercontinental Hotel for a day of inspiration, empowerment, and sisterhood. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you.
Very well. And the symposium will be hosted by a dynamic duo. Tell us about that, Miss Henry.
Well, the symposium will be headed by the two dynamic duo, which is Dr. Valda Henry and Miss Yvonne Alexander. Mrs. Yvonne Alexander will also be hosting that event, co-hosting with Dr. Henry.
Okay. The 14th Phenomenal Caribbean Women Symposium this Saturday, presented by VF Inc. I want to thank you so very much, ladies. Anything else you just want to share with our listeners and viewers as we wind?
I just want to share that, we look forward to welcoming you to the VF Inc. 14th Phenomenal Caribbean Women Symposium. So treat yourself, brothers, treat your sisters, husbands, treat your wives, your daughters, sisters, treat your sisters. So make it a family event of women and feel inspired, be inspired come for a day of fun, frolic, meeting with friends, interacting with persons you have met for a while, and interacting again and welcoming and seeing your sisters of the last symposium, being with you for a whole day of fun, frolic, and education.
Thank you so much, Miss Henry, Mrs. Walsh. Thank you so much. You're looking forward?
Oh, yes, I'm looking forward to that because it's the first time I'm going to be there in person. So I'm just asking and I'm just pleading to the many friends, the many sisters, come on board. If you can't make it at the coverts, what you do is register online.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, ladies, and all the best and congratulations
Okay,
again.
thanks again.
Yes, thank you very much. And that was our friends here from VF Inc. as we get set for the big symposium on the weekend, the 14th Phenomenal Caribbean Women Symposium held at the Intercontinental, presented by VF Inc. Guest speakers: Ernestine Theophile Lafont, Don Williams, Thea Lafont Gadsden, Julian Alfred, and Regina Walsh.
I've been down